Today we're going to be talking about social structure and statuses. This is Chapter 5, Section 1. So a social structure is the underlying patterns of relationships in a group. All societies have a social structure, and every person within that society has a place in which they fit in. And in our minds, it kind of helps us to create our own social map so we understand how to respond to different group situations. We are not born with these mental maps of social structure. We learn them from others, starting with our parents, and then as we get older and become more active members in society, we kind of learn some of those as well. Statuses and roles are major elements of social structure, but today we're going to be focusing on statuses, and in the next lesson you'll talk about roles. So you can see here at the bottom, this is an ancient Egyptian social structure, and this hopefully is something familiar to you if you recall back to probably 8th grade history when you talked about ancient civilizations, and they really had very defined levels of society, starting with the pharaoh, and then that power was then distributed less and less as you kind of went down this pyramid of social structure. So a status is a position a person occupies within a social structure. The example here, student, teacher, doctor, mother, son, any of those things are like a title that you're given within society, and that's a status. But it also helps you to respond and know how to react to different situations within that society. So for example, if you are a son, then you might have a different relationship with your mom or your dad than other people in society. And so it kind of helps us to be able to understand where we fit within social structure and what those relationships look like. Statuses help define who and what we are in relation to others within the same social structure. Basically what this means, like I was saying, it helps us to respond to others appropriately. There are two separate types of statuses. There's ascribed status, which is a position that you're typically born with. So this is not something you choose for yourself, but it is assigned. And the example here is like a child. You didn't choose to be a child, you were born into that situation or that position. Achieved status, on the other hand, is something that you earn. So this could be like a career choice, or, it could be whether or not you attend a particular university or who your friends are and things like that. All those things take time and effort to be able to earn. And the example here is a lawyer. Now over here on the right hand side, you can see it gives some different examples of ascribed statuses versus achieved statuses. And so for this girl, she's a female, 20 years old, daughter, Latina, and a sister, and all those things are ascribed statuses. She didn't choose them or earn them. Just happens to be where she is in life. Achieved status, on the other hand, is classmate, roommate, employee, friend, teammate, student. All of these things were things that she has earned. So maybe if she's a college student, she's earned the ability to go to that particular school, and that's why that would be an achieved status. Sorry for that. So you need to know the difference between the two. Ascribed is something you're born with. Achieved is something you achieve or you choose or earn. So we all have a status set, and this is a combination of all of our statuses that we have. And your status set can change over time. So while you may be a child right now, you're not going to be a child forever. So one day you might be an adult. So that's a way in which your status can change. Or, if you're a student now, then maybe one day you're an employee or you're a doctor or, you're a mechanic or whatever the case may be. And so that's showing the fluidity of statuses. So think for a second about all the statuses that you currently have. Maybe you're a student and a child and an employee and a sibling, and your list can go on and on and on. But you also need to know that not all statuses are equal. So some statuses are more important within society than others. And these are called master statuses. And your textbook gives the example of religion, heritage, ethnicity, and gender as being part of your master status. It's a position that strongly affects most other aspects of a person's life. And so, there's a few ways in which it can affect your ability to achieve other statuses. So, for example, if you're a female, being female would be considered a master status because it would also be able to determine if you're a mother, a sister, if you're a granddaughter, a grandmother, and so it can affect a lot of other statuses rather than just its own. And so that would be considered a master status.